Today is Halloween. A lot of people say what's more scary than Halloween with all the ghosts and the goblins and the skeletons and the pumpkins is the fact that the Dodgers have to go and play another game against the Blue Jays. They said this will be the last game tonight. Will be the last game. That's what everybody's saying. They say that the team that goes up 3-2 is, I think, 67% more likely to win it all than the team that did not, I guess, or 67% of the time, I guess. So they're saying the team that goes up 3-2 will win it all. I don't know. Stats. They've had, if you can sweep games 1-4 and sweep a team, can't you also win the next 2 games and win it all? I don't know. So what's going to happen tonight? I don't know. Some people are saying it's going to be tough because where they are, they can actually go out before if the game comes on. If it comes on at 5 o'clock here, it's 8 o'clock back east. So if you live like in New York and it's 8 o'clock, I mean, you can take the little ones out from 5 to 7 or 4:30 even. Maybe some places it starts getting dark, but 4:30 to 7. It doesn't have to be dark. I've had kids knock on the door when we lived in Pasadena like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because they want to the little kids need to go to bed. They can't stay up as late. So this one, they say people might stay up a lot later because it is Friday going on to a Saturday. So we're at the weekend where the weekend is upon us. But yes, if you want to do both and you're here and your kids are little, you can't say, well, we'll go out after the game. What if it goes 18 innings or something, Oh yeah, we'll go tomorrow. I wonder if they looked into that about the thing. Could they have given them one more day of rest? Have the game start on, let's say, Saturday tomorrow, because it would be a weekend game. More people would want to watch it. Maybe have it have a start time. I don't know. Maybe the same start time, but do it on Saturday. Give them another day of rest because they had that long game. Now, did that affect the Dodgers more than the Blue Jays? I don't know, because the Dodgers have pitchers that can pitch the entire game. They'll pitch a full game. They said that happened twice in this series, and that's I think they said pitching an entire game, the whole game, is so rare to do one, and he did 2, I guess. So, yeah, wow. What's going to happen tonight with the Dodgers? Are you dressed up as a happy Dodger fan, a sad Dodger fan? Maybe you're a really happy Blue Jay fan. Maybe you're a birdie. You're wearing blue bird feathers and you're running around being a Blue Jay. They say that the Blue Jay bird is different than the ones we see here in California, or in this area of California. We always call them Blue Jays, but they're really, what's here are called California Jays. They're blue in color, so I'm going to look that up when I'm not being alive anymore. Not being on live. It's Halloween. Oh, spooky. Unalive. Hey, Polly. Thanks for the eggs. I will not take the eggs that Polly gave me and throw them at my neighbor's house, although he does deserve something. He doesn't deserve a gooey egg on his front door. He might deserve a punch in his kisser. I don't like the guy. He's a big-time liar. It's one of those guys where you live in a condominium complex where all the rules apply to somebody else, and he breaks every single rule, and then he turns everybody else in for minor infractions, and he'll do major things wrongly. Fill the dumpsters with all of his work stuff. So instead of taking it to the dump, he just uses our dumpsters, and his dog runs around without a leash, and his wife runs around without a leash. He runs around without a brain. We know what he's gonna be for Halloween, right? I think we got us a scarecrow. Hey, listen, we got us a convoy. But anyway, I'm gonna go park here and walk around a little, get some exercise. I am side hustling on Halloween. Now let me tell you about Halloween. For side hustling. It used to be when we just had like pizza and Chinese food delivered. That's about it. It would be kind of exciting and celebratory. We'd be excited. Hey, let's get our Halloween pizza delivered, and it'd be kind of a tradition. But now, even before COVID, but mostly during COVID, really the only way you can get restaurant food was to have us deliver it. You couldn't even go into the restaurant to pick it up yourself. When it first started, I had to wear a mask and gloves, and I had a thing on my phone saying I was an essential worker, so I could be out even though the whole rest of the world was quarantined, or the rest of California. I was quarantined. We had a thing on our phone that would say, hey, it's worded nice, but basically, hey, law enforcement, I'm an essential worker. I deliver food, and I am out so I'm not affected by the curfew. Some of the curfews, some of them were curfews, and they would be like you couldn't be out after a certain time. A lot of that was due to the Black Lives Matter and the protests and all that going on. But really, what is that going to help me with? If there's a huge protest and they're burning cars and pulling people out of the cars and throwing bricks at their heads like they did to poor it was named original Denny. I don't think it's going to help me there, but it does tell law enforcement I have a reason for being out. I did show it twice. One time I was coming up with French fried chicken. They said, "Is this open?" I said, "Oh, I don't know, sir." I guess you had to ask them. So I opened the door. Hey, is this open for law enforcement or anything? And they said, "No, only for drivers." So they weren't even allowed to pick up food. I don't know what they did. Was my mama amazing? Okay. That might be someone that needs to go. We get a lot of people on these that need to be, evacuated from the. There was a lady walking by dressed up as something. I don't know who she is. I don't even know if it's a she. Is it a she? Nowadays, who knows? But pink hair and green. Maybe I'll film some people today. But anyway, let's turn it back over this way. What's going on is that they would get on Halloween. The parents want the kids to eat something, and I don't want to eat. I want to get candy. Mommy, just candy. Oh, I want to boo, trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. And the good to eat was going to be candy or maybe a popcorn ball. So Bubba Bath Bob, great performance with your mama, amazing. Okay, let's go and block that person. That person's a piece of shit. Bubble Bath. I guess he was being. Someone was applying their penis to his buttocks. Bubble Bath Bob was having some homosexual sex. That's what he is. He's homosexual, so what do you expect him to have, Yeah, let's go ahead and block that. Bubble Bath. Bubble Bath is taking a bath with his daddy. I don't know, he's a little old for that. These guys, some of these gay guys, you don't know what they're going to do. But I think maybe he was one of the, I do find that, I don't know if you guys find this, if someone does troll your channel or tries to bully you, an online keyboard coward like Bobby Boy. Like if Bobby was here, would he say something about my mom to my face? No, he would not. He would run away crying like a little girl that wasn't invited to the birthday party. She's the only one of the brownie troop that wasn't invited to the girl's birthday party, and starts crying like a little girl. That's what he would do. But he'll say, "Oh yeah, well if I was there, I'd go ahead and yeah, go ahead and." Not interested because I'm a heterosexual man. So when people like Bobby write to me and wants me to provide him with some sausage at a sausage party, not interested in him. I'm just not interested. I just don't. Men are nice. We have some really good men. Some have been presidents, and some have been, helping others, firefighters maybe, or police officers that help us. Those are good men. Guys like Bobby, butt whiff, homo. They do this all the time. So I'm going to block him. He's a piece of you know what. Okay, and we removed him. And then what will happen is, I'll remove him. I don't necessarily block them because the blocking I have to go and do that after the chat. So then he'll come on. Hey, I'm sorry I said that stuff. I was just joking. I thought you'd think it's funny. Really? You would think that's funny? Well, yeah. Mr. Bubble Bath Bob Hope, the comedian. No, I didn't think it's funny. I thought it's stupid. And you're stupid and go away. Right? Just go away. I mean, do you guys let them stay saying things to you on your channel? You don't have to. Just go ahead and get rid of them. Obviously, somebody of low self-esteem and wants to get attention. Why does he make his own channel? Should I go to his channel and say something to him? No, because I'm not him. I'm not that kind of person. I was never sexually molested, ever at all. Never happened. And you would have to think about those that are that. They do have that sad thing occur to them. If it's still happening to you and you're like in your 30s, maybe, yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe you can say no. I don't know. But yeah, he obviously has some issues. So we got rid of him. How's everybody else doing? We got rid of that. So I guess he's said something else. I don't know. Did not know we can remove. Oh yeah, you sure can. You can remove comments on your podcast on your channel. A lot of people do not, because it's kind of like any publicity is good publicity. And what they're saying is if you remove people, you get, YouTube gives you credit for how many comments you get, views or whatever. So if someone's saying something bad about you, the algorithm will just pick up that you're getting comments. So if someone's saying, hey, Holly, I hope you climb the ladder to put Christmas lights on and fall into the chicken coop and get pecked in your head until you're dead by the chickens. So if they say that, that's stupid, right? Yeah, that's a stupid person. And you may not want that comment on there. You might think, oh, that comment's dumb. Or they may say something about your mom, like this idiot. But if I removed him, I don't get the credit for those. So if you have a big channel, like mine, it's not huge. People say, your channel's so huge. Yeah, then you hear Mr. B say, here, hold my beer. Because his channel is so huge. My channel is so not huge. But yeah, these channels are making $1 million a day, some of them, I guess, or $500,000 a day or whatever. Mine is not that, but mine is big enough. That is, yeah. Now we got this Stephen. This guy named Stephen Bang. He's written me before. He wanted to pay me to have intercourse with him and to bring a couple guys, and also he wanted. I guess basically he wanted to pull a homosexual train. He wanted to have us all participate in that. He said that in the military, like he watches like people singing like in the Navy or YMCA, and it kind of excites him. I think he also has a fetish because he wants to have intercourse with the president of the United States, Donald Trump. But I just don't think that's going to happen, and I don't have any connections with that. I did train Secret Service, so some of the young Secret Service guys I trained back then are probably working on his detail. But I can't help you there. Steve, the semen sucker, and whatever he is, but I'm not interested. So I told him, I say, hey man, Steven, you're probably a nice guy, but I'm not homosexual. I'm not homosexual. He wanted to dress up as Raggedy Ann and have men dress up as gingerbread men and have them, I guess, forcefully provide him with peanuts. So that's not for me. Then we got another one. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get off of that one here because we don't need him on here. We don't need him. So he private messaged me before for that. So I'm not interested in that. If you guys can help him or the other guy, help him. I'm going to block this guy. So anyone, basically, I don't care if you're gay. Just leave the children alone. Don't harm the children. Don't harm the pets. If you are that way, have a great life. But I'm not interested. It's not my lifestyle. So let's get rid of him. Where is he? There he is. Steve, you're going away. Yeah, he said he speaks the truth. See, that's what he's interested in. And I'm just not interested in that. So Stephen, please. He probably has a husband or a boyfriend, right? A lot of them will have their husband. Their husband will write me, and I'll say I'm going to block this guy because he said something, You can call me a Nazi, it's fine, but then they'll say things like, he knows so-and-so's a pedophile, that kind of stuff. I blocked them. Oh, please don't block him. He's my husband. And he just said, one guy was threatening me, and I said, I looked him up. I go, you're in La Quillada. I go, you're like 9 miles from my house, and you're 83 years old, and you're threatening me. So you may want to not do that. I wasn't telling him I'd go over there and punch him in his nose, but just quit. It's not what it's for. I log in here, and that's it, And he's removed. Okay, he is removed. So if they do that on your channel too, one thing you can always do to get them investigated and removed for a while, you just report their comment, and they'll see what they're saying to you if it's of a sexual nature, and then you report them saying and put it under the category of child abuse. So they're gonna know you're not a child. The algorithm knows I'm not a child, but when you put that, he has to explain that he's not a pedophile. And it takes a long time because the algorithm says you've been reported as a pedophile. So we get rid of that way too. But let's get rid of this guy. He's gone now. Happy Halloween. I asked you, okay, so yeah, he's a homosexual. you know, and that's it. And that's fine. Um, we got rid of him. He's said he's homosexual. So yeah, he and the thing is, and we know he is. It's not like, I know you are, but what am I? We know he is. So just go ahead and go do it. There's got to be some gay channels for these guys. That's what I'm thinking. Is it the shock value that we're sitting here talking about weight loss and our kittens and Halloween, and then some gay guy comes on and starts spreading gay hate. I don't mean hate of gays, but gays that hate, and that's what he is. So we got rid of that one. So everybody, how are you doing? I was telling you about Halloween. Like, what would supposed to be is people would have to order a pizza because they want the kids to eat something other than just candy, and they would do that. They would eat the pizza would be delivered, and we'd deliver, and they'd joke, "Hey, you're dressed up like a pizza man," especially during after the Ninja Turtles. Pizza dude, the pizza dude's here. They're all get excited, which is great. And we would deliver pizza. And then now when everybody gets deliveries all the time, because it's not quite as special, not quite as special at all, they just have to eat the food. It's got to get there somehow. It's more of a necessity than it is a it's one of the sunny days where you walk in the sun, you got to put your sun hat on and then take it off. But so now what they do when you get anything delivered, I'm working, and it used to be this is how it used to be. Now it might be too expensive, but some schools would have parties, and instead of sending out the custodian or the janitor or the lunch lady to go and buy the pizzas to bring back, we would deliver them. Yeah, we deliver the pizzas to schools, large orders. So we go take those large orders, and then we would do that. Then in the evening, early evening, you would start getting the pizza orders, mostly pizza back then. Well, if I worked for Pizza Hut or something like back then, I did work for Pizza Hut. Maybe pizza, maybe wings, maybe salads as well. And we would deliver that. And that would be early ones where the kids are going out trick-or-treating, the young ones. Then you deliver to parties. Speaking of that, the thing that is, they used to call, I used to work in West Hollywood, right on the border, and they would call it, Halloween was gay Christmas, and they would say that the reason was that they don't celebrate really Christmas because that's more of a family tradition, and they were kicked out of the house. Back then, I don't know how it is now, it might be different, but I knew people that had been kicked out of the house when they were 13 years old. So where do you go when you were 13? And they said, well, you find a man in his 30s, and you live there, or 40s, or 50s, or 60s, or 70s, where an older gentleman will take them in. Gross, sad, and illegal. But that would be gay Christmas. So anyway, and then you had the parties, and it could go pretty late. What happens at the parties is they'll have the food for the party, and there'll be a little drinking going on or whatever, and then they want to order something else, and then they start ordering pizzas. Now it's a lot different. Everything's different now now we all have, everything's so expensive. They say now a trip to McDonald's might be considered an expensive celebratory experience to go to McDonald's. Yeah, but then then what happens is they can't get it as often. And some of the restaurants now will also have their own delivery. They've taken it away from Grubhub or Uber or DoorDash or these kind of companies because the companies are just gotten too expensive. So what happens is if they use Grubhub, for example, Grubhub charges them a lot of money, charges the company, the restaurant a lot of money, and then those customers, so they have to pay a lot of extra to get it delivered by us, and then what they will do is they have to, the customers quit going to them. Those are, if Pizza only delivers with Grubhub, then I'm going to go to order from Domino's or something, or Papa John, who knows. And then what happens is then what happens is lose those customers, and they don't want to do that, so they'll have their own drivers. The advantage to working for as an employee is you dispatch basically from the restaurant or close to the restaurant. Let's say we deliver up to whatever radius, 15-mile radius. Well, I might get in my car, drive to a restaurant that's 20 miles away, get the food, and then drive it another 30 miles. And plus, I'm not in the store. So if they're in the store when they get the delivery, it gets there a lot faster. Wait for a driver to get to the store. So that is what is good. Somebody said hi. Who said hi? Someone says Happy Hallows Eve. Do you know that the night before, what's the night before called? In some places it's called Cabbage Night, of all things. I don't know why. Do people usually throw cabbage at people? I don't know, but it's called Cabbage Night. But anyway, so we, when it comes to driving, it has changed quite a bit. And it's gotten pretty slow. It's really slowed down, which is sad. But, it's expensive. I was thinking if I had kids or whatever, young kids, and I had to get something for pizza, I'd probably just order it on my phone, maybe have it ready, and go pick it up. If it's that expensive, and I guess it has gone really expensive. I don't order from these places, so that's how it goes with that. Is anybody side hustling at all, or do they buy things from side hustle? Maybe they are going to watch the baseball game tonight. Tonight should be a great night here, starting maybe about 4:30. Right now it is 1 something, I think. 1:45. Yeah, it's 1:45. So in the old days, like I said, in the old days, right now it would still be busy. The school orders would be over, but some schools would have a function after school, so they'd get the pizzas delivered, and then afterwards the kids would come out. We used to be able to do those parades, our costume parades, which is always fun, and they give out prizes like best costume, worst costume, like best costume, scariest costume, all kinds of different categories. So everybody got a prize. My friend, who's an African American fellow, and he's my age, he said, you know why they quit doing his mom was on the school board. They got rid of the costume contest, he said, because he's black. So it doesn't mean it's right what he said, but he said it's because they said, well, we integrated the schools, and a lot of the black children didn't have costumes. So when I was a kid, they would have a day, maybe a week before Halloween, and we'd make paper mask out of just a piece of construction paper. You can draw on it, and then they would put like yarn to go around your ears. And the poor children, not necessarily black, but he said black. I guess probably the majority were probably African American, and they would wear that. So they wear like a whatever shirt. Oh, sometimes they'd even get donations of shirts, and they could, with markers, they can draw on their shirt. So then at nighttime, if they went trick or treating, they could wear their homemade mask and that. And if I saw that and someone came to my house and do that, hey, did you make that costume yourself? And I'd talk about how cool that was. But that's what happened. It was a financial situation, I guess. Yeah. So anybody say Jesus loves you all? Goodbye. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I think Jesus loves a lot of us, and we don't give him much reason to, I guess, right? It's like, well, what a friend we have in Jesus, and what a disappointment he has in me, right? We could always do better, regardless of your religious beliefs. Looks like somebody sat in the car and ate a pizza. Look at this. And it's Pizza Hut. I was just telling you, he said it is Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was the world's largest. Now, like the world's largest delivery pizza or something. There's a category for everything, but I think that's Domino's. Yeah, so we got rid of some of these people that were not good. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, didn't see the chat for a minute. Oh yeah, so we got rid of those people. So yeah, so I say if you want to get rid of people, mainly they come on to chat because they're lazy. But if they come on to chat, just report them first before you remove them. So report them. They'll ask you why you're reporting them, and if you put child abuse, You can put harassment because they're harassing your channel. So you put harassment, and they don't do much about that. They just tell them you've been reported for harassment, and that's it. But if you say that they're, it's child abuse or discussing child molestation, they'll get an investigation. So it keeps them off of the channels for a while. Then they're going to come back. All that guy's going to do is he's going to get another account. He probably has multiples. Because all you have to have is a Google account, some form of Google account. You can have a Gmail, and you can log in. And you can have a YouTube account. Google owns it all. Google owns the world. But it's like Walmart. They're the Walmart of the hair. So anyway, what is everybody doing for Halloween? Anyone doing anything? So, yeah, if you're a carnivore and you're going and getting deliveries, I'm getting trick-or-treating. If you're offered a stick of butter, you're really happy. Oh man, that's breakfast, So, but anyway, baseball. Who's going to win? Who is going to win? Someone said I should put a poll here, but that's only like 2 choices. Who's going to win those 2? Now, if I say who's going to win these 2 and the LA Rams win, that would be kind of remarkable, right? So they should have like some kind of a league where like the football team puts together a baseball team and they play the baseball team, and the baseball team puts together a football team, kind of like the sheriffs versus the police in the football. That might be interesting. I don't know. I'll suggest it. How many people are going to be dressed up as Donald J. Trump, and they'll bring a music device and dance to YMCA? How many people are going to do that? Probably a lot. I don't know. But today for me, it's going to be a little side hustling. I do have a movie coming up that I did get. I can only tell you that it's a movie that I did get. I have a non-disclosure agreement that will not allow me to say anything to anyone. So that's it. So I'm going to have that. And we'll see. That'll be good. Someone is going to... Oh, that's Polly. Polly's going to go and eat some chicken. Polly, if you're a parrot, should you be eating chicken? I bet parrots do eat chicken. Do parrots eat meat? Yeah, they do. They eat worms and bugs and stuff. Some animals eat everything. I mean, like, if you're a rat, you're going to eat anything. You're going to eat a car battery and somebody's shoe and some bird seed and some birds and some squirrels seed and some squirrels. Those things eat everything, don't they? And some people don't know this, but raccoons will sometimes try to eat your kitty. Yeah. There was a mama feral cat that I kept trying to catch, and she had 4 babies. And I think they finally did trap everybody, which is good. They'll do the TNR, they trap them, they neuter them, and they release, they clip their ear so they know they've already been done. So you don't waste your time trying to catch one. Hopefully you can get them inside, but if you can't, they do that. They're making into barn cats. Maybe Polly has some barn cats, I don't know. But we're trying to get those, and so we put food out for them, and she would go out behind the dumpster. But beside the dumpsters, there's 2 dumpsters, and one of the dumpsters corrals. And so my dog and I, we would feed her and her babies. And the one day I saw a raccoon sniffing around, and the raccoons were eating her food, their food, so she would hiss at them, and usually they'd run away. But this is a big raccoon. I don't know how heavy, but big, and was trying to get to her babies. And because how's she going to get herself out of there and 4 babies without being attacked or hurt or whatever? And she's feral, so she's like a wild animal. So I was walking my dog, and I saw him, and I was like, let's go see the kitties, go to the kitties. So I said to him, Haas. That was the command for it, go take care of the raccoon. So, Haas, go see your babies, go see the baby kitties. And I let him go, and he goes running, he's excited to see him, then he sees the raccoon. So when he sees the raccoon, it's ears back, hair up. And he was 150, 160 pound Rottweiler. And that raccoon from ground level, the big dumpsters are, jumped up on top of the dumpster without even hesitation, almost like this, like all 4 legs, whee, and not like, woo, like that, nothing clever. And he rolls over, smashes into the wall, and then over and got away. But I didn't want him to be killed. I just wanted him not to eat the babies. So that happened. Poor mama cat trying to take care of her babies. Okay, Polly, happy Halloween, everybody. Have a good day. Yeah, I think I'm gonna log off too. It's kind of hot outside. They said at least it's not in the hundreds. They're afraid it might be 100-degree Halloween. We did have a 100-degree Christmas out here one year. 79, maybe 78. Yeah, 100 degrees at Christmas. Everybody was reporting. Back then they wouldn't have the internet, but they would send photos. Oh, it's so hot. They call us on the phone. I'm going back east. And it's so hot out here. I can't believe it. I mean, it's so cold out here, you know. And then we write back, oh, it's so hot out here. We can't believe it. It's it's 100 degrees, and it was 100 degrees all day long. So you go outside to play. I don't know what happens if you live in a snow area. Do you go outside and play with the new toys? I guess now everybody just play video games. But what do you do then? I don't know. But it is warm, but it's supposed to be cooler. So your kids are wearing costumes and all that. And, out here, you got to kind of, when it's cold for Halloween and other places, you have to adapt to the cold. What am I going to wear when it's 13 degrees? Here it's like, oh man, it's 100 degrees, and I got to put on a mask and a costume. I mean, I don't know. You can't really go as the naked fella running around. Maybe you're naked with a paper bag over your head, right? But yeah, I don't know. I'm over at Aldi right now because it's air conditioned, and I'm looking for something unique to drink. I do have a new video coming out tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we have a new video coming out, and it was a request, and you may like it. It's a cooking video. It's cooking, but we also have another video coming out on Tuesday, and that's a taste test. It's done, and I'll need to come up with one more video for Tuesday. So, I need a Monday. So I have the cooking video Friday for Saturday. We had one come out yesterday about fly spray. Now, when it's hot like this out here, a lot of flies year round. Some places they'll say, "Oh God, I can't believe I'm so happy it's winter now." So the flea and tick season is over. In this area, it's year round. So every month, my animals get their flea medicine and their dewormer. But I've been having some problems with it not lasting long enough. They say it should last a month, but I'm getting about 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks out of it. So I may have to start getting. I have to write to the company. We get them 2 treatments a month versus 1. Does anybody out here have any animals? Hello to everybody. If I missed anybody, Calzer, hello. Calzert. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so if these people are saying this kind of stuff on here, saying bad stuff about you, that's how you get rid of them, Yeah, he's got to get rid of them on there. One guy was mad because, hi from the Netherlands. Yeah, Jesus loves Polly. Polly loves crackers, and Jesus loves Polly, right? If your name is Polly, you have to be Polly loves a cracker. For me, it's always, my last name's Gardner. Oh, what do you do? Clean up my yard. Yeah, I do. Your mom owes me $9 for the last 3 weeks. I've been out there sweeping up and sweeping those leaves and mowing the grass. And David Gardner's gardening service, she owes $9. Because that's the standard joke if your name is that. There was the one guy, his name was Butts, B-U-T-Z, I think, and of course he probably got it pretty bad too, especially when you go through like junior high. And then you think when you're older, like I'm gonna be 64 next month, you think you quit doing that kind of junior high bathroom stuff, and sometimes it's kind of funny, but all the time, no one came up with a really good one for my name, Gardner. When I was a little kid, we'd always play Army, and we'd take we take prisoners of war, and one kid, you have to guard them because your name is Gardner. Okay. It's a game. We're pointing sticks at people. But anyway, everybody have a happy Halloween. Talk to you later.